Hey guys, I talked about the Chinese Fuseki last time, but there's a few things that I should have said before that I didn't. One of them is these variations right here. As you can see, I have like a whole bunch of variations labeled because I'm trying to make a list of Fuseki. And I was talking about this move. Uh, but if black plays this, which seems kind of strange because it seems like he's going like too far behind white's range of influence. But let's say white pincers. Then black touches the corner. It looks kind of nice because you get a two-space extension. This. If you see here, white spent almost all of his moves on the bottom side, one on the top left, and black is top right, right middle, right bottom, and bottom left. So right here, white's definitely over-concentrated on the bottom. He's just on the third line also. So, pincering right here really isn't a good idea for white because it's really inefficient with his moves. He's just making all of his moves in just one area. So if he just goes like this, then black will do this, and then these stones are pincered now. So it's almost the same as if white played somewhere else, black played right here, and then you play right here. It's basically the same thing. Now white can do this. Of course, the difference is that black can close this. Before it was already enclosed. But it's basically by trying to do a pincer like this and giving black this double extension. So, I personally think this might be a little bit close. I'm sure it's playable, but you're either over-concentrated or you're pincered. So, I personally don't like this as white. Same with this move too. Because black just encloses, white jumps out. Say it went like this again. Now it's even worse than before because white's getting undercut from two places, at L2 and at O2. So white basically has no base in this case. He's just floating in the center. And of course, if he pincers, then all the stones are going to be on the bottom side again. So, I'm sure this is playable. Of course, I would have to ask someone of a higher rank about this, but personally I don't think these two moves work very well for what you're trying to do. Because really, these moves are just to get rid of the Chinese Fuseki and get rid of this Moyo on the right side. So by doing stuff like this, it really just makes it more complicated and you put yourself in a position you don't want to be in. Also, I didn't go over a few other variations also. If white does this, black doesn't have to enclose. Of course, it's nice to enclose because then you get all this territory, but black can also counterattack with a move like this or something. And then white has a couple different choices here. He can play right here, which is a really complicated variation. There's actually a book on this variation, so I don't really have it. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm sure you could find it on something like Kiseido. But I'm not sure about these variations, so I know it's very, very complicated when I try to do a few myself. And then, or white could do this. This is like the other peaceful way. Black gets some territory. This stone at K3, K4 isn't completely safe. I could try a pincer or something. So, if black wants to make things a little more complicated, he can do this. I haven't played this out too much, so I don't know very many of the variations, but I just showed you the ones that I do know. Also, these moves right here aren't even played as much these days because, like I said, it does get rid of the Chinese Fuseki and the Moyo you have on the right side, but also it gives black a lot of territory if he just encloses. So, what's most commonly played is A and B these days, because with these moves, the place black wants to go is at D. He wants to make his Moyo really big on this side. But if he does do this, because white is strong over here, white can just pincer like this. And then if black jumps out, then white jumps out, and as you can see, the Moyo on the right side is getting flattened by white. and these two stones aren't going to die. And black's group at K4 isn't really doing anything. So while white's reducing black's moyo, white's two stones in here are just kind of floating in the center. So with this move, it negates the possibility of black playing this move to try to expand his moyo. In this case, black, like I said, should play this. The correct move is actually this move, which seems kind of simple, but there's a lot behind it. So let's say black approaches from this side and tries to expand. Then white would just do this, and if black did this, then white can go to Sansan. And if it went like this, black can either try this, but in the end this doesn't work well because black extends like this, then black is pincered, and all of white's groups are fine. So if black doesn't double Hane and he just extends, then as you can see, the stones at F17 and J17 are both low. In reality, they should be high so they can go along with all this moyo. Also, let's say, let me take the edit tool. Let's take these two moves off. One thing, J17 should be a J16 because he's trying to expand his moyo. He should play on the fourth line, not the third line. So that's one bad reason of this move. Also, if it was in this case, black shouldn't play over here because this just makes white stronger on this side. Black should play over here himself, so then he can try to put more pressure on this white group and gain by doing so. So with this variation, black basically just made two bad moves over here on the top side. So this is also bad for black. So let's say it went like this, then in this case, this again makes Sansan a good point for white, and F17 doesn't do anything for his moyo. I personally believe F17 should be at F16 also, to try to expand his moyo. So if white shouldn't do this, what about this move? Because this seems like it expands his moyo also. But let's say white goes here, which is pretty common because you're trying to negate the possibility of this K16 stone. Goes like this. Then the black stone at K16 should be at K17 because that's the shape you want with this shape at O16, and around here you want the high stones on the fourth line and then one stone on the third line. But if it was on the third line, then it wouldn't be doing anything for his moyo. So this move isn't considered good. So, well, obviously black playing somewhere else like this just is completely wrong because it doesn't, well, I guess it could be playable, but it does nothing for black's moyo. It's you play the Chinese Fuseki to try to get this moyo over here, and then you just plop a stone down on the left side and you do nothing for it. So the reason why we play A is because, for one thing, it expands our moyo on the top side, and let's just say it went like this, which is quite normal. Also, black here, he doesn't need to play this far away, because then it leaves this weakness right here later, and this does leave the weaknesses around here for invasions later, but white playing back here would be completely and totally, at least right now, it would be completely wrong because you'd be playing so far behind black's influence, and you'd just be giving him a lot of influence in return. So by doing this, you get rid of the weaknesses, or most of them anyways, around age 17. And white playing around this area is wrong right now, so it's better to do this if you have strength on the other side, like around P17 and stuff. So then white goes here, and of course black could complicate stuff with a move like this, but if he just does this, then this is considered an equal result. Now black has territory on the right side, he has a little bit of a moyo. White also is building a framework, and so this is considered the best because it's an equal result for both sides. So this is a pretty common Fuseki during these during today. Okay, so that's it for today. Since I've pretty much covered everything I know about the Chinese Fuseki, I'll probably go over the mini and micro Chinese Fuseki next time. Uh, if I do find out some more variations, or like the name of that book I was talking about, then I'll let you guys know. But until then, I'll see you later.